From Boston, in the ironically named Commonwealth of Massachusetts, in the upper right-hand corner of the United States, what we call New England, on the continent of North America, rotating at 900 miles an hour, the blue marble that is the Earth, racing around at 19 miles per second, the local star known as Sol, in the fashionable western spiral arm of the Milky Way galaxy, common dimension 616. It is Fido Live number 175.
Hello.
In the rhyme. Hello, Chief Colorist. All opinions and views are solely those of the comic strip Fido, and in fact not necessarily those of the completely uncancelable and valued employee, creator, and handsome man about town, Charles Lincoln Crosby III, who himself has actually no opinions on anything. So amidst aromatic clouds of fragrant secondhand smoke, we might try to get some work done, but don't hold me to it. We shall start this week with everyone's favorite segment, What the Chief Colorist Hath Wrought, a weekly segment that challenges the vows of a 20-year marriage. Good morning, Chief Colorist, or good afternoon. It is 12 o'clock here in Boston. How's your week been?
Not bad. Can't complain. How about you?
Well, since we haven't left each other's sides for more than a minute all week, I guess you know how it is. It's almost like we're on COVID lockdown, yeah?
I know, right?
That's what winter is in Boston.
We're pretty close.
Well, okay. We have one of these things we did the layout on last week. I don't remember which one. Well, this is Monday the 24th, tomorrow. We have Closet Cat and Fido, and that's the food and water bowl that Bo brought in last week. Someone put water in here. Is this some sort of joke? Maybe they think you need a bath. Where's the bubbles? Well, at least there's stacks on this side. Yuck, that's dog food. And as he's poured the water and dog food on the floor, he's filled it with bubbles and does rubber ducky and put Coke and chips on this side. And I'm using it, and you're still complaining? Oh, there is the Monday. I have to go off the archives. Never can see again. All right. Here we have on Tuesday. There's our hero Fido, Bogash, Dino, and then watching TV. If you're still watching this commercial, it must mean that you're excited about this fantastic Snuggie blanket. Nah, I'm just too lazy to hit skip. Dino explains to Fido. Back in the old days, to skip a commercial, we had to change the channel. But I was too lazy to do that. How things have changed, huh? Yep, new standards of laziness. And there's that one. All right, here is the Wednesday. Felicia, Bogash, Fido, Dino. Dino, Bo, and Fido. See, that rhymes too.
Mm-hmm.
Are you three just going to lazily sit there all day? Life is short. Get out there and enjoy it. Yeah, she's right. Let's go out. You coming? Nah, it's time for my nap. All right, I think we're running into a theme here. Fido and the cats are napping on the cat tree. Are you two just going to nap all day? Life is short. Enjoy it. We are. Fido thinks for a second, then knocks over the cat tree. So am I. If anyone remembers way back in the time when they first got the cat tree and Closet Cat finally climbed to the top, remember Closet Cat, or the brief time in which he ruled. Little Easter eggs like that. All right, here's Friday in the bar, of course. Do I need to introduce characters? Fido, Felicia, Closet Cat, Dino, Bo. Every Friday we end up in the bar. Is this what I have to look forward to for the rest of my life? I only have 9 lives. Let's get out there and do something. Fido leaves, having knocked over his drink in the stool. Closet Cat, Cat Boss brings Dino his drink as they toast. Good job. I didn't think that would work. They got rid of the animals. All right, here is the Saturday. Now, the Saturday generally advertises what the next week is going to be all about. And Fido announces, I'm cold, and close the window. Turn up the heat. No, the heat costs money. Aren't I worth it?
Aw.
I made them laugh. We bring so much joy to their lives. So, what were we talking about last week? Cold. It's December.
Cold.
So, Fido the comic strip is predicting that on 12/1, that'd be December 1st, Monday, we're going to have snow in Boston. Let's see what happens. See how close my prediction is. We'll find out maybe 2 weeks from now. This is, Bo has brought a box out. It says winter clothes. Winter is here. Thus the box.
Yeah.
So, colors. Do you think Fido has something in his hand here?
Yeah, I thought he had a donut.
No. That's just hand. He's doing thus the box. And it's
Oh. I thought he
supplying hand. They'll fix that.
had- All right, fine.
All right.
When you're done, fix it.
Chief colors.
Don't you mumble under your breath like that. Don't you dare.
Winter is here. Thus the box. I got to wear this again this year, huh? Well, maybe Santa will surprise you with a new sweater. I was working on getting cold. The other alternative jokes to this was, what did I ever do to him? What did I ever do to that fat guy? Something like that. But no, we just went the whole idea of getting cold and just talking being a bad dog. Bad dog. In the background, Closet Cat is strangling himself with a scarf.
Oh.
All right, let's send this one back to the chief color so that she can fix it.
I literally thought he had a donut in his
Can
hand.
you not?
I got it. It took me a second.
I've got cardboard up all around the board because we're going to show someone on tablet today. I'm going to try to keep the reflections off the glass of the tablet. Okay, here is the Tuesday. Fido's putting on his ugly Christmas sweater. He says, I'm going out. Felicia says, wait, let me put on my coat. I'll go with you. And, well, Fido goes to watch TV and eat some potato chips, and he's eating dinner. It's dark outside now. And then he's in his bath with his rubber ducky.
Aw.
Felicia finally put on her whole coat system. Okay, let's go.
Hey, it takes a while to put on those snowsuits.
All right, this one seems to be fine. I don't think colors need to fix anything. And here's the Wednesday. She hasn't finished it yet because I don't think Bo has a white coat.
No.
So it's snow on the ground. All the animals are in their winter clothes. And Fido asks Bogash, why is it cold every year around this time? Well, the earth is tilted. As we go around the sun, we're pointed away from it and get less warmth. And they all laugh at the... I run out of money at the end of the year and don't pay the heat bill. I knew it was your fault. Give this one back to the two colors. No, don't give that back to her. I'm not done with no. Just hold on to that. And take this. Hard to reach around the cardboard.
It is hard to reach around the cardboard.
Okay, here is Thursday. Two colors just started on this one. Little city background. Dino and Bo noticed, says, oh, look, a snow angel. I haven't seen one of them since I was a kid. Hey, here's another one. And they go to a third, and there's Felicia having fallen down. Help, I keep on falling down. The way their coat is makes snow angel. And the other animals who just show up because, well, it's Fido's strip. He has to be there. Now let's give that one to the chief colorist. Friday in a bar. Now this one,
this one's gonna be tough.
I channeled my inner Sergio Aragonis here with the tiny little everything going on here. Let me read it first and we'll go over it again. It's snowing in here. I believe I'm truly redefining evil.
Mhm.
At great expense, I have removed the roof of the scratching post to let in the dark, cold, depressing winter. Stop enjoying yourselves. So we had to draw the entire scratching post from above and far away with the roof removed. And snow in the background.
And
I
now
kind
it
of
has
like.
to be colored.
Well, I kind of like how proudly demonstrate that the snow is smaller here because you're further away, and bigger
Yeah.
bigger snowflakes here because you're closer. A little
Good
bit of
job.
thought put through here. Closet Cat making a snow angel there, a callback to Felicia's snow angel earlier on. Well, yeah. Stop enjoying yourselves.
Mhm.
Snow in the bar. All right, I'm going to give this one to the cheap colorist. 2. There we go. And we carry on with the new stuff. We'll probably end up inking this one today because why not? Here's the Saturday. Again, the Saturday sort of hints at what's going on in the next week. And Felicia dances into the room. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Fido's sitting on the couch eating potato chips. Is it? What are you getting me? I have a special gift idea for you. Obviously, they're talking about Christmas. We're 3 weeks in front of Christmas. How is the cartoonist gonna spend
do
three
Christmas.
weeks until doing the Christmas, where Fido traditionally knocks down the Christmas tree? Anyway, back to this. It's the most wonderful time of the year, is it? What are you getting me? I have a special gift idea for you. Since I know I'm only getting an ugly, itchy sweater from Santa,
Aw.
I'm going to make sure you're just as miserable as I am. You got me that last year. Here is the Monday. You really can't see it. It's just the rough pencil. We could finish pencil this today, but I don't feel like it. Felicia is sitting on Bo as he's in bed. What are you getting me for Christmas? What do you want? Oh, I'm just a simple cat. I have nearly everything I want. Nearly. Well, while I'm perfectly happy cat right now, I could be much happier if I had my own room. This is a 1-bedroom apartment. You'll be very comfortable on the couch. Here's the Tuesday. I guess we've already figured out that we're doing Christmas gifts this week. We have Closet Cat, who's made this little glass sculpture of a cat. Fido sitting on the table drinking a Coke, or Pepsi, actually. I made Felicia a special Christmas gift, a classic. A glass sculpture. Let's try that again. I made Felicia a special Christmas gift, a glass sculpture. I've been working on it all week. That's really nice work. How a cat makes a glass sculpture. See, he gets matte gas on a torch. And he melts all the tubes and glasses together, and complex work, glass blowing, to actually make a glass sculptural cat. So she has set it precariously on the corner of the table, and he's hiding behind a chair as Felicia's sitting on the table, and she just nudges it off the edge. Closet Cat, I knew she'd like it.
Aww.
As it's smashed on the floor.
Yeah, but she played with it.
I knew she'd like it. All right, and here is the Wednesday. This is as far as we've gotten in. Wednesday the 10th. So I still have another 15 days to go till Christmas. And Felicia asked, Dino, what are you getting me for Christmas? It's a surprise. Oh, that's not good. You don't want to surprise a cat. I won't. Not getting you anything. Yeah, that's not a surprise.
Aww.
So we'll do inking today. And actually, what's a good idea is I can do the borders, ink the borders first, and hopefully that will get me get the brush acclimated to holding ink, and then I can seriously go in there and ink the characters without, and still have control. So let's see. The cartoonists are the dirtiest, filthiest creatures on the face of the planet. So I have to wear a glove to keep me from getting the filth from my hands and grease and such onto this. Otherwise,
Pristine.
clean, well, not really, a little bit dirty. Clean piece of paper. And let's see, where's my ink. Now we no longer use the Himalayan tree squirrel pubic hair brushes. We are now at the radioactive black squirrel alien. Black space alien squirrel.
Space alien squirrels?
Yeah. Which is the only excuse they could possibly have for making this brush so expensive. Actually, look at the difference between Himalayan tree squirrel. It's all falling apart. It's all it's spreading. in the radioactive space squirrel. Really. Now, until in such a time that the alien space squirrels invade the planet Earth, we won't be getting any more of these black pubic hairs. So that's why they're so expensive. It's a whole supply and demand thing, you understand. Well, let's get camera 1 there to move in a little bit closer so we can see what we're doing here. So put that down so we know where the camera should be. Let's see, where is the button? There's the bottom of the board. Yeah, you can see that, can't you? Sure. We're just going to do the borders on this right now. But before inking up my brush and getting everything set, does anyone remember about a year ago, I discovered this fantastically designed cat litter box that, according to the reviews, they call it a death box, will quite literally guillotine your cat. And reviewed over here. Flawed sensor that will trap your cat and kill them. Beware, this product is under different sellers. Do not buy. It is a scam. And this one says, do not buy. It can kill your cat. This is very dangerous for cats, as it can guillotine your cat. I cannot express enough not to buy this. Has killed many cats. Now, I thought that this was a simple design flaw, one of those funny things that happens every once in a while, until I ran into this guy. Everybody, this is Luigi Coloni. And I'm going to bring up one of my YouTube friends here. Let's see if we can.
If he's willing to guillotine a cat, you might want to.
Yeah, let's cover this up so we can don't have the reflections. All right. Yeah. All right. Let's play my YouTube friend here. I'll leave a link to his page. Everyone, I recommend you subscribe to him. I think it's Design Theory, but I'll
turn around and say crazy stuff like this.
Hello, America. I'm a very famous designer, and in my castle in south of France, I have 35 cats.
35 cats.
And for the last 20 years, I am the designer with the most and biggest experience in cat life.
In depth.
I designed this machine for you.
Yes. Yes.
If you like to help, engage in the things. Thank you.
Everything about his image was
That is Luigi Coloni. The genius German designer who's named himself after an Italian because, well, Germans think Italians are famous for design. Germany is not famous for design. It's famous for engineering. So there's no way this is an industrial accident. This guy designed this to call some of his cats. You want something designed right, you go to a German. Ladies and gentlemen, Luigi Coloni, candidate number 1 to have on the page all day long. All right. The live action Moana, which, remember when I was first looking it up, I looked up the actress. I'm kind of a funny guy that, whenever I look up an actress, I Google it and I write I look for Catherine Laganiana and I Googled the Catherine Laganiana naked because, well, that's the kind of guy I am. And look at what I got. I said, wow, that's the perfect Moana. Yeah, okay. No, Google got my hopes up, but no, this is actually Katrin Elsner. That's Catherine Laganiana who plays Moana, which is more typical to Disney's casting. But anyway, the Moana live action, quote unquote live action trailer was out today, and there's the chicken in the animated part, and there's the chicken in the live action. It's like, why do you even bother to do live action? This probably would have been a cute thing if they like brought on a real chicken. No, they couldn't do that. They had to bring in this whatever this is.
Because I don't think this chicken even has lines, does it?
Yeah, well, it's a comic relief on the movie.
I don't
So-
know.
So big old red flag about this Disney product. Worry about it. I hear next they're gonna do the Robin Hood with the Robin Hood with foxes and beer and anyway. And in the big old red flag department, we also have seen that Zootopia 2 has come out. And they're expecting this to make $1 billion because Disney needs this to be a hit like any junkie you've ever seen on the street needs a hit. But I've got here some of the reviews written by people who have seen the film. And I'm worried about a few of them. And this one says, very pro-therapy and full of great references. Okay. But here's the one that really worried me. This is the big old red flag review of Drew Taylor from Rap. I'll read the entire quote, but I only have highlighted one sentence here, and I'll put some emphasis on that one, and we'll come to it. Zootopia 2 exceeds expectations. The mystery is terrific, but what struck me most was how thematically rich it was. Jared Bush and Brian Howard packed so much timely social commentary into a very funny, highly emotional, brightly animated romp. And Michael Giacchino's score rules. Packed so much timely social comedy. This thing was green-lighted 2 years ago during the nadir of Disney's woke period. And a big old red flag. I'm really worried. This could be bad. So Alex Myers, another one of my YouTube friends, thank you for giving us the big old red flag. I recommend subscribing to Alex Myers. He's the Disney expert on the internet, and if I think about it, alongside Design Theory, I'll put a link to Alex Myers in the credits, and I hope that everyone will subscribe to Alex Myers as well as Design Theory. Many of our YouTube friends, I feel like I know these guys because I watch so much of their stuff, and all their stuff is great. So I'm going to remind everyone of the Andor effect. That's when you do so much damage to your product that even doing something good can't save you. If Zootopia is good, but they've done damage to it, people might not go to see it. Andor supposedly was a good Star Wars product, but by that point, after Brian Johnson did The Last Jedi and Solo, nobody wanted to waste their time seeing any Star Wars. And Star Wars is dead. Disney is.
I support.
No, I think Disney's gone too. Many years ago, I put myself up there as president of Disney because I thought I could fix it. I'd get rid of Disney Plus. We'd license out all of our stuff so we can start making money on these films that that we're making. And I clean house with the creatives. But instead, they've carried on with their normal ways and putting a chicken in and making it lemon gay. And then they put a chick in it. They have finally cast Zelda, and it is, surprise, 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 a woman. That woman, this is Bo Bragason. Now, the other candidate, theoretically, we'll get into this, for this part was Hunter Schafer, a transitioned man. And I made the joke many weeks ago when I brought these two actresses up that it was funny how the straight one had to wear a heavy sweater and she dressed like a street urchin, where the dude gets to dress like a woman. So anyway, back when I looked all this up, this was the article. Gender activists lash out over Hunter Schafer not being cast as Zelda. And from the same website, the same photo, they I guess the new headline here is Hunter Schafer, Zelda rumor allegedly linked to PR firm attached to actor, not Nintendo or Sony. So according to rumor, Hunter was never seriously considered to play Zelda. Just the PR firm trying to promote Hunter's career. Here's the one who pushed this. There's a lot of stuff online where people were outraged about a man not being picked to play Zelda, and even the internet realized that this was a lot of bullshit, a lot of bots, a lot of.
And now the story's made it onto Fido.
Ask: is anyone outraged that Hunter was casted as Zelda? No, not really. No. But hey, where does Hunter go from here? Where else? Marvel, Disney. Next, probably from Hunter's PR firm, but who knows? Rumor: Hunter Schafer will not play Zelda, but is being eyed for a Marvel studio role. In what role would you give a transitioning man? Of course, Mystique, Rebecca, formerly played by Rebecca Romaine Stamos. Why the hell not?
Well, she's a shapeshifter.
Now, Gary Beagler, our friend from Nerdrotic, will this now be the M, he, she, you? So, since we're on Marvel, the gift keeps on giving. Guess who's in the news again? It's the acolytes. Leslie Headland, who is the acolyte of Harvey Weinstein. Here we go. I had to get that whole up. Harvey, one of the few women that Mr. Weinstein did not diddle. Imagine, is that insulting, or maybe he just respected her too much? But anyway, Leslie Headland calls YouTube critics fascists and racists while addressing the acolyte cancellation. I'm not going to read the entire article, but apparently, like us, she also watches a lot of YouTube people. And she says, there are some of them I respect, Headland said. There are some of them that I think are absolute snake oil salesmen. We haven't put up our snake oil product yet here at Fido the Comic Strip, but we will. Just opportunists. Yes, we're opportunists. Oh, yeah, you nailed me, Leslie. Then, of course, there are the fascists and racists.
Oh, yeah.
Go runs a gamut. It's one thing after another. So I like to bring out the definition here of fascism. Let's see. Often capitalized, a political philosophy, movement, or regime, such as the fasciste, that exalts nation and often race above individual, and that stands for centralized autocratic government headed by dictatorial leader, severe economic and social regimentation, and forcible suppression of opposition. Now, let's see. A centralized autocratic government headed by a dictatorial leader with severe economic and social regimentation, forcible suppression of opposition. What political party closely resembles that today in America?
I thought you were going to say what corporation? Disney?
Oh, yeah, well. Yeah, okay. Disney. So everyone remembers, of course, Leslie Headland's masterpiece, The Acolyte. And they'll remember all these characters who were obviously in the film. Okay, well, she wasn't. And okay, he wasn't. But yeah, the Wookiee was in it. Yeah, we never got to see the Wookiee killed, but oh well. And Brie Larson wasn't in it. No. Maybe that guy was in it, but no, that one wasn't either. So 4 years in the making, her $230 million acolyte, which she got to hire her friends and girlfriend, and all these Star Wars people. This is the guy who thought that Anakin Skywalker blew up the Death Star. It was Luke Skywalker and then Lando Calrissian. Those are the only two people who ever blew up any Death Stars, kid. And of course, I'm sure she planned on adding Snoke to the end of this. This just wasn't something added in the last minute. But yeah, we all remember the Acolyte. And well, maybe we don't remember the Acolyte because now it's just a Jeopardy question. Amanda Stenberg doubles the fun playing Osha and May. on this Star Wars series set during the High Republic. Now, it's a $400 Jeopardy question, and none of the people knew it.
Oh.
So, what will be the cultural significance of Disney Star Wars? I agree with Leslie Headland that the cultural significance of Disney Star Wars will probably be more the YouTubers who have commentated on it. People will remember Mr. Plinkett, Red Letter Media, long after Bob Iger is long and Kathy Kennedy is long forgotten. Who are we having on the page today? I think we might stick with Luigi Colone, the Italian named German designer par excellence, who knows how to design for cats. Luigi's design for a cat litter box has 2 thumbs up from Fido the comic strip.
Oh. Actually, just from Fido.
All right, let's shake our ink a little bit because you want to sort of mix this stuff up. We're using the Blick branded Black Cat waterproof ink. It's like an old, ancient 1923 formula, they say. And sometimes you got to make sure it's mixed up.
Speaking of Blick branded, should we tell people that to be prepared that things might be looking different? We're switching over pencils.
Oh, yes. We're switching over to Blick branded color pencils. She colorist is.
Because the pencils that we're using now, I can't find anymore.
Yeah, they're not commercially available. And some of the pencils you've been using, like the Stadler here, suck. Do not give this to your kindergartner. Stadler doesn't know how to make a color pencil. We had been using is this Polycolor?
Oh.
Yeah, all right.
Mm.
But they're not really fully available all the time.
No,
Oh, we're going
and they're
to Blick brand.
inconsistent. Remember I showed you 3 different
Yeah.
of the same number and the same name, and they looked completely different.
It looked like they had 3 different batches of color, and they didn't even bother to color match them.
No.
Yeah. All right, let's get plenty of ink here on mutant, radioactive, alien, tree squirrel pubic hair brush. And I'm just gonna. In case you forgot, in order to draw a straight line with a brush, we get a nice wooden ruler with a metal edge, tip it on edge, and run the finial of the brush along the edge. Now, what's great about the human eye is we can judge parallels pretty well just by looking at it. See, I can judge that this line is parallel to that line. And we're just going to get the border done as quickly as possible just to get the brush acclimated to holding ink and ready to actually ink some characters. Now, let's get right there. No one will be seated for the exciting straight line drawing portion of the show.
Hey, I can't draw a straight line, so I'm impressed.
Well, I'm not drawing a straight line. I am, in fact, using a ruler. I'm cheating.
Oh, no.
I think at one time I did try to do all the borders by hand just to give it that hand-drawn feel. But it's self-defeating. You want the borders to be not really noticed. Just like you want the text to not be noticed, just legible. And since I'm not setting my hand down on the page at all, I don't need to put Luigi Colone on top there. I do believe Luigi Colone has since deceased us, left this planet, so we have no more of his genius to.
He left before he could move on to dogs?
He left before he could move on to the rest of the pet world. He was a
And
wealthy.
the animal kingdom side really.
He was a wealthy German aristocrat. Lived in a castle in Germany
With 35 cats.
with 35 cats, and did not need to leave the world his design genius, but he felt that the world needed his design genius, and we here at Fido the Comic Strip concur. That the world without Luigi Coloni is a poorer place. My favorite designer, ladies and gentlemen. He the YouTube short that I played by Design the Design Theory, I think his name is. I'll leave. I'll really try to remember to leave a link in the in the comment and the description. The Design Theory's title is "The Most Hated Designer of the 20th Century." I disagree, Mr. Design Theory. We here at Fido the Comic Strip appreciate Mr. Coloni's work in a completely unironic way. When a German designs something, it's designed to purpose.
All right, I think we're kind of stumbling into a unhappy well here. So.
Well, I think because Luigi Coloni, rather than a half-naked woman, is on the page, is on the board today, we might be inspired to talk a bit more about Luigi's work. Luigi did a lot of car designs, organic-looking car designs. Let's say a lot of them look like dildos and other sex toys.
All right, I guess that's organic.
You know, so as Sigmund Freud said, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Well, so would Luigi Coloni. And I don't think he purposely designed dildos, but well,
it looks like.
If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a dildo. All right, we do the word balloon first. No. Those are ugly looking word balloons. Man, you're gonna take this is like when you get up in the morning before you have your coffee. he's a bad looking word balloon. So yeah, I'll own to it. Imagine if I went straight into the characters. Yeah, I don't think we're ready to actually do any serious inking today. Yeah, I got no control over this brush. I'm trying to go for a light line. Nope. Try to go for a heavy line. Well, I can do that, but ooh, these are. Whew. I don't think your cartoonist has it today. Well, we'll just keep at it. Maybe the brush will acclimate itself, and we'll be able to see it happen live here on Fido Live. All right. A lot of text here. You never want to have that much text. People don't read comic strips to read. So we're just gonna make a balloon that takes up the entire panel. Now, I didn't do any word arrow here. If I put the speaking arrow here, maybe it will be curved. It's in between their speech. I think it's better if I put the arrow back here so that we can have the tension between the two characters here. See, I like how Felicia has her hands folded gently beneath her chin as if she's giving him patient, respectful attention. And Fido's ears pop up into the word balloon, which is nice. And around here, we're going to do the arrow that says tells the audience who's speaking, as if you couldn't tell with the mouth's open. And that's the last word balloon in. Now, hopefully, some of this will have a chance to dry, so when I go back, I don't do any smearing, smudging, and other stuff that is the bane of our existence. But I should tell you that drawing a comic strip is the greatest job in the world. All of my life, I wanted to sit behind a drawing board and draw a comic strip. And I spent a lot of my misspent youth was swinging a hammer and building stuff. And while that's respectable and wonderful and all along, it wasn't for me. Usually every December, we did a roof. And the winter and the cold, between snowfall and rain. Now, you might ask, why would you do a roof in the middle of the winter? It's because, as my father would explain,
Is the statute of
ran the company.
limitations over?
As my dear departed father would explain, we always made money on roofs. And Christmas came in December. We needed to make money for Christmas. So we always did roofs in the middle of the damn winter. You ever strip a roof when it's below freezing?
Can't say I have. Nope.
Yeah, we used pitchforks, those things that like the devil used to that a devil would hold, or maybe a farmer would use,
I was going to say you could have gone with farmer.
or a farmer would use to move hay. Yeah, but why use a pitchfork? Well, you can get it up underneath the tab of a fiberglass shingle, and it's a slight angle, so you could pop the nail and pull the shingle out. But there are always nails left over, which you always kneeled on. A big, thick roofing nail head on the knee, through your jeans, in the middle of a freezing winter. Wonderful thing.
Aw.
And I dreamed and prayed that I could one day sit behind a drafting board in the middle of December and talk about Luigi Coloni. Hi, Luigi. How you doing? All right, this is Felicia. So she has 1, 2, 3 whiskers and 4 on this side. Since she's running into the room, the whiskers are up and happy. Big smiley face on the cat. Animated, happy open eyes.
Aw.
Irving, on camera 1, can you zoom in a little bit closer? No, we're kind of far away here. Yeah, we don't need to see the top of the panel. Big happy eyes. Now, I'm worried that eye looks like it's a little evil,
Mhm.
but it's a cat. Cat always has a little bit of evilness to it. Her hair flowing back, but this arm is in front of it, so you don't see most of that hair, which is behind this arm. Starting to get a little bit of control back on the brush. Probably won't have a decent amount of control till we finish. By that time, it's too late. Let's see, can we draw fine lines? And then a little bit heavier underneath. I like to do heavy underneath, so it's like shadow. Okay, we reached that very special time of the show where the cartoonist has to empty his
Blah,
nose.
blah, 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 blah.
Ah. And if you have your coffee, you can drink it now. Don't have anyone at home who is drawing their comic strip alongside of us. What are you doing? Cut it out. So we'll do a heavier line on the bottom of the tail and a lighter line on top. Why? Because it looks good. Oops. There we go. fun to get a nice little frolic of a run here. I do the curved lines on the arms when I want to show motion. Even though there really isn't any motion, it just gives you the dance. Let's thicken that up under the knee. There we go. And why does the cat have 3 toes? Because I like it that way. It makes me happy. And why are we here, folks?
To make you happy.
To make me happy. Exactly. Do not do anything that doesn't make you happy. Because then you won't be happy. See how that works? Right, Luigi? Luigi knew how to make himself happy.
Oh, don't put those words into his mouth. That's awful.
Luigi sounded like he was a very happy man.
Yeah,
he was a very passionate man.
Yeah, but
he wanted to bring
he wanted it to work.
good design. He wanted to bring good design into people's lives. And he designed the greatest cat litter box in the world.
No. The opinions on FidoTheComicsTrip.com are not the opinions of all the Fido listeners and Fido adjacent.
Oh, yes. Visit the website, FidoTheComicsTrip.com.
For all your Fido needs.
Mm-hmm. That is indeed where you go for all of your Fido needs. Bad dog. Go lie down. All right. He's got a potato chip in his hand here. So it's right there. Big old potato chip. And our famous chip bags. Can I get a fine enough line to write the chips? Yes, see, finally. We have some control over the brush. A little bit thicker line. Let's get Fido's foot. And the other foot. Again, 3 toes because it makes the cartoonist happy. Not because they are at all related to dinosaurs. Gee, that's a good question. You think dogs and cats are related to dinosaurs?
I haven't thought about it.
Mm. And because he's Fido, he has to have his tail, even though logically his tail should not show. If the tail's not there, you say the cartoonist forgot to draw the tail. Now, I think this is a cute little shot of Felicia, where she's got her hands on her chin.
It's an adorable shot.
What are you getting me? Let's get the word arrow here. All right, we do just 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how I wanted the nose to look. Now, the jowls are up in a big smile. Do that little shadow. Let's make that tongue a little bit. There we go. Big bright eyes. Try to get a little bit darker underneath. This is the sort of thing you can do. You can generally do with a brush, but you can't do with a marker or any other instrument that most cartoonists work with. Get the variation of line. That's when you have control, which you don't always have. Some will say it's a matter of the skill of the cartoonist whether he can control the brush. I'd say it's all up to the alien tree squirrels. All right. When inking, you always work left to right because you have a chance of smearing Felicia's face when I go over here to do her tail. But do you think I was smart enough to work left to right? Nope. I wanted to go straight for Felicia's face because I liked it. Now I got to go back over to the left here to get the rest of her. risking, of course, smudging what I worked on earlier. Yeah, get a big butt there. Make the line thinner around the back. Let's smooth that out a little bit. Might have gone too big with her butt, but oh well. It's fine.
She's been working on her glutes.
Yeah, I went too thick on her glutes. Baby got back, but not that much. All right, there is Felicia. Well, we can just do this. Her foot goes behind the couch. You don't really see it. Now let's get a word balloon here for Fido. Difference between a straight arrow and the curved arrow sometimes is due to the layout and how it works. But I like it when a declarative sentence, "What are you getting me?" is a straight arrow, and anything in response or anything less than declarative sentence would have a curved arrow. This kind of works. There we go. Now Fido's got his sort of nonplussed look on his face. Always important to get your characters to do some acting. Some people might call it cartooning, but it's not. It's acting. And he's got a sort of side glance out of his eyes here. Eyebrows. There we go. And the 3 tufts of hair, just because that's the way I designed it. And he's gesturing with the potato chip.
As one does.
This pinky is out, but just the 2 fingers. Hopefully the chief colorist will color that as a potato chip. But who knows? It might turn out purple. A little bit thicker on the bottom part of the arm, so it shows weight and shadow. And now, isn't this fun?
Yes.
I've always said that if everyone in the world drew a comic strip, we'd all die frozen and starving in our apartment with no electricity or heat because, well, we need people out there. Oh, it's surrounded by garbage because we need people out there to do useful, worthwhile things so that we're able to draw comic strips, which is completely useless and not worth anyone's while. But we're happy. And enough people in the world are unhappy with what they're doing. Let's let them continue to be unhappy because we do need electricity, we do need heat, we do need food, we do need garbage collected, we do need people to fly fighter planes and drop bombs on people in the world. Because what the hell? Why spend all
that
those?
took a hell of a turn.
What the hell? Why spend all that money if you're not going to use it? We bought all those do-nothing nuclear bombs, and what came for that, huh?
Anyway.
Oh, and everyone, pay your taxes. It's a very expensive government that we're running here. It needs your money.
Well, duh.
Pay your taxes. Don't do any crime. Stay away from drugs. Not a good idea. Although they should legalize it. But if they legalized it, then, well, the CIA would not have any funding. According to YouTube. I don't know myself. I just draw a comic strip.
I was gonna say.
Very simple comic strip. There's no reason whatsoever to ever arrest the cartoonist for sedition. Because I don't draw a political comic strip.
That's right, we don't.
Simple, happy little jokes. What are you getting me for Christmas? I'm going to make you miserable for Christmas. Okay, fine. That's it. Just no reason for anyone to be upset with the cartoonist. He's not doing anything. You might notice that just about everyone who's ever been in Congress has left office with more money than they went in with. And it's not against the law for anyone from Congress to take bribes or be corrupt. I think they might look at treason, but that's a congressional perk. Very few to no laws that Congress writes they subjected to. Anyone doesn't see an obvious problem there. Cartoonist doesn't see any problem. No problem. Everything's working fine. We're happy. None of our business. All right. And see, Felicia has moved her hands down beneath her chin, as she has. That's Fido. Fido has her complete attention. And I hope this reads, but we got Fido here crushing the chip in his hand.
Oh, we'll have to make little pieces of the chip.
Yes, I got a piece there, a piece there, a piece there, a piece there. All right. So, Charles, why don't you do a political comic strip? I don't think this is the day and age for such things. People are a little bit too sensitive.
I believe you're not wrong. I agree with that.
And we're moving toward the sort of Soviet-like system whereby if you say something that usually you'd be left alone with, someday when you're sitting in a bar, someone might come up and start a fight with you. And then when you're laying bleeding on the floor on the way out, he'll say, "Oh, by the way, Senator Warren says hi." Our senior senator, ladies and gentlemen, used to be Ted Kennedy. Now it's Liz Warren. Since Kerry's gone, right?
Oh, yeah, I think he's been gone for a while. I don't know what he's doing. Didn't he get like some ambassadorship?
No, he's got the Heinz fortune to live with. Oh yes, he was an ambassador or something.
He was, yeah.
Yeah. You just can't give up that power, right, Bob Iger? Bob didn't want to give up the power because he was afraid he couldn't get seats in restaurants anymore. And hey, I guess that bathroom that he has off his office, in the Disney headquarters, is really sweet.
Listen, you got a really nice bathroom.
And they've got a new building in New York City that's now called the Iger Building. And I advised Mr. Iger against that. If the building should be named after deceased people, not people who are still alive and, well, still doing damage to their company. Bob will be known as the great buyer. He bought everything and paid too much for it. And then destroyed it. And I would like to point out, name one thing Disney has bought that they have not, that is worth more today than what they paid for it. And they overpaid for everything.
In the first place.
In the first place. Okay, we are almost done here. How are we doing on time? We are just coming up on an hour. I'd like to keep this to an hour. Wow, we haven't had a man on the board since I don't know when. Thank you for joining us today, Luigi Colone. Oh, I forgot to do the whiskers on Felicia. We'll have to go back on and do them later because everything's wet and I don't want to do smudging and smearing.
No, it's nothing else. Right? Nope.
This is Closet Cat. Why is he here? Because
It makes you happy. Oh,
Just-
I'm sorry. I thought that was in my.
well, it balanced out the thing with my signature is over here. So when I had these two characters, Fido walking off here and Felicia up here, it like weighed the layout too poorly. And with my signature there, it like tipped everything too far. So I had to put Closet Cat over here. He has nothing to do with the storyline whatsoever. He's just for the composition.
Oh, okay.
And it makes me feel good. Yeah, that makes me happy. That's it. Doesn't make me feel good. It makes me happy to have the layout. And plus, this is just one more character that the chief colorist has to color, so it's more work for her. All right, Closet Cat's emaciated, so he's got like a washboard chest.
After doing the look into the bar from above comic strip, you should make one that's easy for me. A breather.
Well, you're lucky with that one because there's a lot of snow, which you
True.
just leave white.
True.
Okay, we have to come up with a title for this one. The greatest designer of the 20th century, who designed cat litter boxes that murdered the cats.
I was thinking something.
Or at least that is what Fido the comic strip is saying he did. I might be completely wrong.
You know, I was going to go with much simpler, something that was just like, there's finally a man on the board, but you know.
But this is what you have to do in order to get on Fido the comic strip. You either have to be a half-naked woman or a murderous German designer. And no, we're not going to have any Nazis on next week. I don't like those designers. No Hugo Boss. I'm not a fan of German socialists. Not a fan of American socialists either, but I'm in Massachusetts, so hey, I got to live with them. They're all my neighbors. That's why I don't say anything about it, politics whatsoever, because they're liable to kill me.
Will you stop
I'm
saying
far
that?
behind enemy lines
Will you
here.
Stop saying
Ladies and
that?
gentlemen.
You're bothering me and your mother.
We're far behind enemy line. In fact, that's how I should open this up. Rather than saying the upper left-hand corner of the United States, I should say far behind enemy lines.
No,
These are people without a sense of humor,
you shouldn't.
and they will hurt you.
Oh boy.
Liz Warren says hi. How much is she worth now? 23 million or something like that.
Oh, maybe.
Hmm.
I don't know, actually.
Yeah, there was an article in one of the local papers. And the headline was Liz Warren is worth what? Well, yeah, that's from her book. You know, you've got a copy of that on your bookshelf, don't you? Well, she got that huge down. What do you call that? What's when they pay you beforehand? Huge.
Down payment?
No, well, when
No,
they
I know what you mean.
royalty or whatever.
No, I
Yeah,
know.
there's a word for it.
I know.
Because I think the publisher expected to sell a lot of copies.
Yeah.
Back to when I was a kid, one of the
Advance?
one particular Speaker of the House wrote his autobiography, and it was literally like some pages had just one word on it. It was stretched to make it into a book, and it was so obvious that it was just something that people who were trying to influence him were purchasing, so there'd be a legal way to give him money. And it was so obvious. They even Gingrich had to point it out. Look at this stupid book. At least when I wrote a book, it was serious fiction, and you gave me a hard time, so I couldn't take any royalties for it. Newt wrote like a book of alternative history, based in World War II, with the main villain Otto Skorzeny, who was an actual Nazi who rescued Mussolini. Speaking of fascists. From Mountain Fortress in Italy. But Gingrich wrote a legitimate book and couldn't take any of the credits for it. But this guy, yep, every Congress critter leaves office with more money than they have. What are we going to call this one?
Yeah.
The greatest designer of the 20th century, the Luigi Coloni episode. Designing for cats.
Oh, I like designing for cats.
Mm. Let's get the title in there. Designing for cats. Make that A better. There we go. That makes me feel happier. Thank you for joining us, Luigi Coloni. We probably should write that down here so in the future we remember who he is. Who knows if we ever see Luigi Coloni again. Thank you for joining us on Fido Live, number 175, Designing for Cats. See everybody again next week.
Bye.
Same time, same channel.
Bye.
And to YouTube.